What are your overall takeaways from the season?
Yeah, I mean, I would be lying if I say it wasn't a little bit of a disappointment. Whenever you don't achieve your goal, it's frustrating for sure. But we're young and we're growing. We had a very big freshman and sophomore class that I think after having a year of competitive experience under their belt, I think we're going to see a big transition moving next year. So, although slightly disappointed, incredibly hopeful for some really good things to come in the future.
Okay, and then like you said, a little bit of a disappointing season. So what were some of the challenges that maybe you saw your team face throughout the season?
The two bigger challenges is we only had 3 arms. We had 3 pitchers. We definitely struggled in those relief roles, and pitching wasn't necessarily an issue. It was just trying to complete games and finish games, and you could just tell we were missing an arm. We knew having 3 pitchers was going to be a little bit of a challenge this season, but that definitely posed some issues in some competitive games. And the second was just our situational hitting with runners in scoring position, coming up with that big clutch hit to open up a game or to win a game in the 7th. Or we just didn't have that this year. We definitely had the offense who could do it. It was just the execution of when the game was on the line. We just never came up with those really big hits to score those runs when we needed them. So I would say those 2 things.
Okay, and then any players in particular this year that maybe you saw grow, had a really great season to continue into next year as well?
Yeah, I mean, everyone at some point in time in the season surprised me. I mean, the first person that comes to my mind would be Reagan Hozak. I mean, although her offense wasn't super stellar, she learned a new outfield position and had made unbelievable catches, learned and grew. Her growth from fall to the spring is unbelievable, and if she can continue that trajectory, I can only imagine the feats that she's going to be able to conquer. I look what Leah Vith was able to do behind the plate. Unbelievable defensively. I mean, she hit the ball really well. I do think that she's going to be a threat offensively next season now that she's kind of got a year under her belt, growing a little bit more as an athlete in that regard. Those are the 2 that really jump out to me. But there are always surprises every season, so it's always fun to see who's going to step up.
Okay, and then overall, what are some of the improvements from this season that can be made for next year to maybe make that playoff push?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first one that comes to mind is definitely situational hitting. We need to be able to get better at hitting when runners are in scoring position and really having the mentality of what pitch do I need to hit, what am I looking for, getting a little bit more sense of urgency in those situations. That's definitely something that we can work on in practice, but it's also a mindset. It's making sure that the kids believe that they can do it when they need to do it, and I think that comes with experience, which I think we'll have more of next season. So that's my hope.
All right.